Hello, my name is Benzene, and today we're discussing the dose-response relationship, which explains how the body reacts to different levels of exposure to a hazardous substance. Taking benzene as an example, low level exposure might not produce immediate symptoms, but chronic exposure to higher doses has been strongly linked to serious health effects, which includes leukemia. And the greater the dose and the longer the exposure, the higher the risk and severity of these health effects. And benzene's toxicity is particularly concerning because it shows a non-threshold dose response. And this basically means that even in small amounts, it could potentially increase cancer risk. And next slide. To manage this, different organizations have set exposure limits. The ACGIS threshold limit value right here is 0.5 parts per million. That's what ppm means, parts per million, and as a time-weighted average and is designed to prevent health effects in nearly all workers. Next, OSHA's permissible exposure limit, PEL, which is legally enforceable. It allows up to 1 ppm and 5 ppm as a short-term exposure limit. Meanwhile, NIOSH recommended exposure limit, with RAIL for short, this is more conservative and it sets at 0.1 ppm and 1 ppm aiming to minimize risks based on the latest health data. These differences highlight how regulatory and advisory bodies approach benzene safety with varying degrees of precaution, and this especially leads for precaution given its carcinogenic nature. And next slide is some more information about these things, about ACGIH. This is more conservative and it's based on preventing health effects in nearly every worker. And OSHA is legally enforceable but may lag behind current science, so that's something to point out. And then NIOSH provides guidance based on health risk research, and it aims to strive to protect worker health even more conservatively. And interpretation of all this. In benzene's case, even small exposures are treated seriously due to its carcinogenic properties, showing a non-threshold dose response where any dose could potentially increase cancer risk. And that's all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all for listening and have a great day.